Hello and welcome at Revive and Prosper. What is Revive and Prosper? Revive and Prosper is a Factorio type of game that is combined with Timberborn and going medieval. In the game, you have 6 characters that you don't run directly, but you just schedule the work for them. For example, here I can lower the terrain and I can let them to build the stairs from that soil that they dig out. As you can see, the whole terrain is fully modificable, so we can completely dig out this whole terrain that you see on the screen and move it somewhere else. Also, there is a real water simulation, so if I close those 2 gates, you can see that the water stream will start to go in this direction. As the water will get to the dry soil, it will actually increase the moisture, which you can see by the color getting darker and darker, and from certain moisture, vegetation can start to grow. Vegetation can be this grass or those flowers, which grow automatically, or it can be those trees. As you can see, the trees are actually growing only next to the river, and as the tree will grow, it will allow the moisture to go more deeper into the terrain. The trees have another nice feature that they are actually spreading automatically over the map, so we did plant only those trees, and those actually are spreading through the map. We are quite lucky. There are another small trees as we looking into the game. It's quite random. Every time it's different, but it's a like living world. You can see the birds, and we really want to give like feeling that you revive the land, which is in the name of the game. But let's go back to the characters. We have those 6 characters, and we need to take care of them first. Number 1 is the food. For the food, we can plant them the carrots, because we have here placed some carrot seeds, and they need to pick up the seeds to plant the carrots. Number 2, we need to build them a shelter, so they have a place to sleep at. For the shelter, we need wood. Very simple to solve. We will just go and mark those trees and cut them down. And the last thing that we need to take care of is actually a small well. So we will build them the well so they have something to drink. For the well, we need trees, but also planks. Okay, so the planks can be manufactured here in this small manual sewing station. Maybe it can feel like complex, but there's actually quite good help in the game. So if you click on any resource, you get the full help. You can see what it's used for. You can see in which factory is actually built and what are the resources. And this is fully clickable, so I can click on the factory and I can see the resources needed for that factory and all the production chains. So that should help you. But this is the moment where the fun actually starts. Okay, this is how the map look after 1 hour. So we built here a belt, and the belts require power. So that's a key difference to any, or mainly to the Factorio and other Factorio games that I know, that you need to power the belts. But this is actually benefit, because the belts are also working as a distributor of the power. If we look at this belt, it's not moving because it's not connected to any power source. And I have here on any object that is part of the power network a button that I can highlight all the objects that are part of that network. And you can see it's actually one huge network. So all I need to do is to have over here build those 5 watermills and actually those additional 2 windmills. And this thing whole is moving, and it's also distributing the power to all the factories connected to it. So if I go here and destroy this belt, you can see this digging machine is actually stopped. Okay. Here we have automation of the sewing. So we just need to manually cut down the trees here, and here we are producing the planks, and from the planks we are already producing here belts, or we can produce some other resources. So this is kind of like production chains, and why you do that is that you always have this limitation of 6 characters. In some maps can be even less. You can see here that I have another 6 characters, but those are golems that are spawned in this building, and they are helping me. They have a special features that they actually live only 2 days, like game days, and when they are spawned, each character can spawn only 1 of the golems, and when they are spawned, the character need to eat double of the food. Okay, but it's quite helpful. They don't need to sleep. They are all the time running, and they can take a lot of resources. Actually, if you click on the character, you can see some specific characteristics, like they have bonuses on digging, disadvantage on planting, and so on. Each character have its own statistics. Okay, now that's generally the basic. And if you open the how will it will look after something like, I would say, like, I think 12-15 hours of gameplay, it will look like this. Okay, so this is a huge map. This is actually how it looks. So we have here quiet production, as you can see. Yep, I think it looks very nice. We already have here electricity age. That's a current stage of the development. We have the electricity age. You have the solar panels. You can see that the solar panel actually have different characteristics when it's producing power, and that really depends on the orientation. So the solar panel that would be built in this direction will produce the power in different hours. Then we have a windmill, electric windmill, which is an upgrade of that wooden one, and that have also some characteristics when it's producing best the power. We have a batteries to store the electricity. We have here already a coal plant, which is actually quite effective, and that would be sooner replaced as you will progress through the ages with the ethanol plant, which will be super effective and also very clean. Then we have here catapults. There is no violence in the game. Actually, the catapults are working as a transportation unit. So you bring the belt here, and as you bring the belt into the catapult you can select where to transfer the item, and then the item actually is shoot over that distance. Like, I think it looks sexy, but also it's like super functional in the game, because as you play, we experience that like as you build the base, you don't want to destroy it and like destroy stuff. That's why we always have here also in the electricity the feature that you can convert here the electricity back to that torque. So you can always use what you already built in the game and you don't need to destroy it. And also, that's why you have the catapults, because if you build here whole chain, for example, for the solar panels, which is quite complex, I have to admit, then you actually want the catapults to transfer the items in the area that you are just building. And if you will go and, for example, I need to build the solar panels here or something else, the value of that is that then I don't need to build the whole chain. I don't need to build the belts to transfer them. Just catapult will throw them on that direction. Another feature that we have in the game is the water pumping. So we have here the pumps. They are powered with the torque. So in this level, it's already like 8,000. That's a lot. And we are pumping the water. It can be pumped under the ground. So the pipes can be under the ground. And they are pumping it through the sprinklers. And the sprinklers are distributing the water over the area. And you can see we have a moisture here where it normally it wouldn't be. Okay, so that's one way how to play with the water. That is my favorite. Second one is this massive huge pump that actually pumping the water here directly into the terrain. So as I said, it's a real water simulation. If I, for example, close this tab and I will get rid of this water, it's enough. Let's close it back, and I will now go and enable this tab. You can see the water level is actually continuously growing, and yeah, it can overflow here and it can go here into the terrain. Another feature that we have here are the trains. The trains are actually workers, so they are able to, that was nice navigation solving issue. They are actually able to cut down the trees. This one is the tree cutting, and those are actually planting. So they will go and plant the carrots for us or whatever we have here and pick it up and actually can harvest it. Okay, so the game is built into the campaign. So if we go here, there is a campaign. So you can play the game by individual levels. This is how you learn all the technologies and progress through the age. The end game is that you will fly and terraform the Mars, which means there will be different biomes, and you will actually experience a moon, because that's a kind of huge and massive source of the fuel, and then you will have multiple missions on the Mars. And next to that, we have also the sandbox. So in the sandbox number 1, you have an editor. If you want, you can create your own maps. Actually, very simple. So I can go here, create a map, define the dimension. Very easy. I just can sculpture the terrain. You can see it's like super simple. If I want, I can place as many water sources as I want. I can place anything that I have in the game. For example, let's do like planting this. Boom, that was 3,600 trees. You can see the game is really built for a huge amount of items. There are a lot of tools. For example, I can remove all the floras. Boom, and all the trees are gone. Okay. Then you can go and upload the map to the server. So once it's ready, you can go and upload the map to the server, and you can share it with the 10 friends. And after the upload, you can ask for approval, and we need to check the maps, because we need to make sure that there are no, like there are like certain standards met, and also there are no inappropriate content in the map. But usually it's very easy. We didn't see that actually so far at any map. And then we approve the map. So if you come here, there are already maps created by other players. So if I go here, I think it's like 11 maps from other players, all 5 stars rated by me probably, or some other players. So there is a community that's starting to build up. This is Revive and Prosper. I hope you will like it, and thank you very much.